Mr. Macaroni reacts as picture of himself and the 20-year-old killed by police surface online. Hello, guys. You can't begin to forget about all that happened recently, barely a year ago, in a hurry. Yesterday marked the first anniversary of NSAS, where we witnessed Nigerian government take laws into their hands and a lot more happen. If you remember closely, there was this Pelumi, a young journalist. He was still a student, was having something like ITS, and so he covered the NSAS when a particular politician was shooting at protesters. He covered it and he had the video. And so to cover up, we know what the politician did. They arrested the young Pelumi, 20-year-old, and before you could say Jack Robinson, he was killed. It was to this guy, Mr. Macaroni, is reacting, and guess what? Nigerian youth, this has stirred up more reactions. Just this coming online, but please, I want to plead with everybody out there. I know it's very painful, but please exercise what we call decorum. Please, let's. I mean, just exercise decorum. Let's not give them opportunity to destroy more lives. This is a 20-year-old boy. 20-year-old boy, because of what he saw, because of the evidence he had, he was killed by Nigerian. I don't know how Nigerian police, some of them who carry out these atrocities, I don't know how they sleep, how they have their life, how they go on with their self. I don't know what they do. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if this is your first time. Thank you. Popular Nigerian actor, skid maker, comedian, and activist Debo Adedayo, popularly known as Mr. Macaroni, has reacted to a picture of himself and late Melumi, the 20-year-old journalist who was arrested and died in police custody on the 24th of October 2020. In the picture shared on social media, Pelumi was pictured with Mr. Macaroni as they both posed for a photo during the October 2020 NSAS protest in Lagos before Pelumi was arrested by the police for a very vital, troubling information he had against a politician who was shooting at protesters, and because of this he was arrested. Reacting to the picture shared on Twitter, Debo Adedayo, Mr. Macaroni, said he can't describe his feeling. Seeing the picture, he wrote, I can't see even describe how I feel seeing this picture. This is one of my many untold stories. Belumi, a 20-year-old journalist, covered a vital video of a Nigerian politician who brought out a gun and was shooting at protesters. He was arrested and killed in custody. The late Pelumi was arrested for recording the moment a Lagos-based politician was shooting at peaceful protesters during the 2020 protests, a few days after he was arrested, because they traced him down to know he had a vital key information about the politician. Pelumi was reportedly killed while in custody. Before his parents could ascertain what was going on, he was already killed. These are some of the many untold story. It's very painful, you see. I mean, it's very painful, and that's why we had to report it so you guys can understand some of the things that are going on in this country. Very painful, I must assure you. A young boy, Kokbelumi, at this time, I don't know if he's already a full journalist or probably just out of school trying to get things, I don't know exactly, what the case is. However, he was covering the NSAS. And guess what? There are times when you just capture a moment you never anticipated you were going to cover or you were going to cover. This guy covered something very vital. And before you could say Jack Robinson, the news spread that this guy has such an information. And guess what? They tailed him. Nigerian politicians, because if that is to surface, you know what will happen. All the lies that is going on, that alone is enough credible information against that politician, probably against Lagos politicians, whatever the case may be, and that man will be in serious trouble. Balumi was traced. He was traced down, tracked down, and arrested by Nigerian army. And guess what? They gave the verdict within themselves because most of them, wearing uniform and carrying out whatever activities, sorry to say, most of them are murderers. Most of them, yeah, most of them. That's the young man with Mr. Macaroni. You can see the picture. A young boy who was a journalist, and because of what he saw and covered, this guy was tracked down. Only God knew how they know. You'll be surprised if you watch some of these movies. You will see how somebody somewhere will say, "I know him. Hey, how much will you give me?" And they will say, "You don't know what you have done. You're also part of the murder. You're also part of it." You're also part of it. And this has stirred up a lot of emotions. People are not happy, recounting all that happened, heroes that fell, and people that need not to have died, because Nigerian government is trying so hard to cover God knows what. You see, so these are some of the things going on. So you see, some of those things happen. And when you look at it, you understand that God will help us in Nigeria. On a more serious note, God will help us. So because of what this young man found, because of the very vital information he had with him, they traced him down. Remember, some other people we also tracked down as well after the NSAS, arrested, taken to Abuja. But the way the noise was continuing, and everybody began to shout that, oh, this person, or this person. Remember one affair and all that. They came and they took them away. And when they saw that the noise was high, a lot of people are aware. That's why those people returned. By the time they would have surveyed and look at it and say, okay, if we take this one away, blah, 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 blah cannot happen. Nobody will be able to track us down. Guess what? They just tell you that. And Nigeria, he was a thief. They will just use one matter or the other just to cover up the story. And so Mr. Macaroni brought this picture again just to reiterate and to put it to us right there. You see, most of the politicians you see today, most of those people you see, and you think that they really care about Nigerians. To a large extent, they don't. Oh, yes, they don't. They don't. In case you think they do, they don't. They are after themselves. They are after their own. They will say this person wants to disgrace them. It's a necessary thing that must be done. So why do you think you have the effrontery to take another human being's life? Why do you think you can live? Why the other person have no right to live? Because you think you have one position or the other? Remember that everybody was born by a woman someday. And when you were born, you were as helpless as helpless. Eh? Now today you are a full grown man and you are making out, you are threatening people, you are killing people. There was once upon a time you were helpless. Remember that as well. You will give account. You will give account. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Please don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.